The last year was pretty turbulent in Toyota, with Koji Sato replacing Akio Toyoda in the position of CEO. Known as a genuine car enthusiast, Toyota made some monumental changes in the company and made Toyota cars attractive and fun to drive again. From this perspective, we could say that the new successor was chosen very carefully and that Toyota lovers can be relieved because the new president doesn't plan to change the course at all. Moreover, the new Toyota CEO reveals 7 upcoming Toyota models for 2024 and defies all expectations with a full load of exciting revivals and redesigns. Let the countdown begin. Number 7. Forerunner. Pretty much the entire Toyota body-on-frame lineup in North America is redesigned. The Tundra, Tacoma, Sequoia, Lexus LX. They're all fresh and competitive now, and the only thing that's left to be done is the next generation Forerunner. The outgoing generation has been around for too long, and even though it still sells extremely well, it's about time to see a redesign. The new model is in development, and even though the officials have been pretty quiet about details so far, we're pretty sure that we know what to expect. Of course, the overall design approach won't change, and the new Forerunner will once again come as an ultimate off-roader, designed to compete with the Wrangler and Bronco. But it'll be way more modern than the outgoing generation, which seems outdated in so many different aspects. Starting from the good old 4.0-liter V6 engine that may be bulletproof, but definitely can't keep pace with the competition in terms of power and efficiency. The new model is expected to come with Toyota's new hybrid system introduced in the Tundra, but more basic versions could rely solely on gasoline, with a new 2.4-liter Turbo 4 that puts out around 275 horsepower. Speaking of the much-needed updates, the next generation Forerunner will finally get a modern-day interior with attractive aesthetics, nicer materials, and way more tech features. The same thing is with the exterior design. The Forerunner will bring a completely new look, probably inspired by the new Tacoma, but we don't expect to see bigger changes in terms of size. Number 6. Hilux. Many have tried, but no one was ever able to take the Hilux off the throne. This was, and still is, the leading pickup truck on the international market, with a reputation of pretty much an indestructible go-anywhere vehicle. And now the next generation is coming, and besides typical Toyota qualities like reliability, durability, and sturdiness, it'll also bring refinement to the next level. This time, the new Hilux will be in a closer relationship with the North American Tacoma. The two models will share more parts than they have been sharing so far, and that includes the new hybrid powertrain. Though we're pretty sure that in most parts of the world, the good old 2.8-liter turbo diesel will remain the primary choice. With the new TNGA platform, the next generation Hilux should improve on its on-road manners without sacrificing its legendary off-road performance and overall work capabilities. Of course, new aesthetics and modern cabin design are coming, along with new tech features and the company's latest Safety Sense 3.0 suite of advanced driver assistance systems. Number 5. Stout. With the introduction of the Ford Maverick, people have gone crazy about small pickups in North America, and as a major player on the US market, Toyota will enter this newly formed segment soon enough, probably already in the next year. And for that occasion, the Japanese manufacturer will resurrect one of the legendary nameplates, the Stout. The new pickup will be compact and quite maneuverable, and just like the classmates, it'll ride on a unibody platform, which promises SUV-like driving manners. To stand out from the crowd, Toyota prepares a couple of trump cards, starting with the efficient hybrid powertrain. Namely, the new pickup will most likely be based on the Corolla Cross, which means a 2.0-liter gasoline engine under the hood, in combination with electric motors for a combined output of nearly 200 horsepower. More importantly, Toyota's pickup is expected to be able to return way over 40 miles per gallon in a combined ride, which would make it by far the most efficient model in the class. Besides fuel economy, the Stout is expected to stand out with attractive styling, which will probably take inspiration from the compact cruiser concept, as well as with a modern car-like interior full of advanced tech features, including the latest safety systems. Some sources also suggest that Toyota's new pickup could also be offered in a single or extended cab configuration, which would put it at a great advantage over competition, which comes in crew cab layouts only. Number 4. Prius GR. The world's most iconic hybrid car has always been famous for two things: efficiency and affordability. But that changed radically with the most recent redesign, as the latest generation of Prius brings monumental improvements in terms of performance. This is no longer a slow car, but rather a quite peppy hatchback that can hit 60 in a little bit over 6 seconds. Both critics and the crowd were impressed with the new design, which encouraged Toyota to come out with a concept of a high-performance version. The concept was presented at the famous 24 Le Mans event a few months ago, and now everyone talks about the production version. That model, which would be called the Prius GR, would come heavily upgraded in all aspects. New suspension, chassis tuning, and all other upgrades that usually come with GR badged models are expected, but we presume you're interested in the powertrain the most. Officials have been quiet so far, but we presume that the Prius GR is about to feature an upgraded variant of the new plug-in hybrid setup that puts out around 220 horsepower. Besides more power, that system could also see some modifications in terms of the battery capacity and similar things. Number 3. MR2. The former CEO, Akio Toyoda, did many great things for the company. The biggest achievement is the fact that Toyota doesn't produce boring cars anymore. After a couple of boring decades, the last 10 years have been pretty amazing, with several sports cars including the resurrection of the Supra. Soon after, we started getting reports about more legendary sports cars and their resurrection. The MR2 is definitely on that list as one of Toyota's most iconic nameplates. A model that brought mid-engine driving experience to the masses is about to come back, and if we can trust the Japanese sources, it'll come with the same charm as the old models. In other words, the new generation will also be a mid-engine car, small and affordable. The aforementioned sources suggest that the new MR2 is going to be developed together with Suzuki and Daihatsu, which means that we're about to see some pretty compact dimensions, maybe even K-car measurements. Allegedly, the new MR2 will be powered by a small 1.0-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine with a max output of 150 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. Of course, some sort of electrification is always possible, but what's more important at the moment is that, hybridized or not, Toyota engineers will have driving enthusiasts in mind and couple this powertrain with a manual transmission. Number 2. Celica. And while we're talking about revivals of sports cars, let's not forget Toyota's new president, Koji Sato, said last spring that he also plans to bring back the Celica. Characterized by a unique blend of sportiness, reliability, and affordability, the Celica holds a special place in the hearts of hardcore Toyota fans. It was a sports car for the masses, affordable and cheap to run, but fun to drive. Moreover, it also has a rich history in motorsports as one of the rally legends from the 90s. With all that said, we could only applaud the company's decision to bring back this nameplate. At this point, not much is known about the new Celica, but we see it as an entry-level sports car even more affordable than the 86. We presume that Toyota is about to offer a cheap front-wheel drive sports car with manual transmission and a naturally aspirated engine and recreate this legend in a genuine way. Number 1. Camry. Sports cars are great, but they don't bring as much money as high-volume passenger cars do. And for that reason, the first place on our list belongs to the Camry. The living legend that has been around for decades has been proving its value over and over. Even in this era of SUVs and crossovers, it still marks impressive sales results and easily finishes on the list of best-selling cars in North America every year. A few days ago, Toyota released a teaser photo of what's believed to be the new Camry, but we can't see much on it, except for the new headlights design. The test mule, on the other hand, has been spotted a couple of times, but it still wears such heavy camouflage that it's impossible to say anything about aesthetics. Still, considering the Camry's reputation and popularity, we may presume that Toyota is not willing to experiment too much. Instead, we expect to see an evolution of the current design, but with some pretty comprehensive updates. The powertrain is one of the aspects that come to mind first, and the future of the good old 3.5-liter V6. It'll most likely be replaced with a Turbo 4 engine, while the hybrid version is expected to bring further improvements, both in terms of power and efficiency. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.